Do you ever think about like trying to be like a little more woke and people like you better? Ever think of that?
No, I don't think they would like me better.
I think they might. If you might maybe give in a little bit.
How can you like me better? We're already at 11. I'm the pride of America. This style's not going up.
It's such a strange time, man.
But it's always a strange time. I think now what makes it good is that this can be called out and discussed and be like, look, this isn't about race or racism. Why is it important to you that this Chinese girl in Frozen grows up to become white? Like, just explain this to me.
I should say they did a great job. Like, everybody was awesome. Does not in any way... I enjoyed it. It didn't take away from my enjoyment. It was a very good musical.
It did take away because you're just like,
I enjoyed it more. I enjoy it more because I saw the wokeness.
Stop provoking.
I saw they did some woke shit. I was like, I see what you're doing. Not to say that the Asian lady wasn't fantastic as the mom. She was. The black guy as the dad. He was amazing. But you want me to believe that a black guy made it with an Asian lady. They made two blonde kids, and one of them started out Asian and then became European later.
We don't know that he was their dad.
Yes, we do. It's part of the script.
But they
describe their parents. They have children. The children grow.
You don't know she's hoeing around.
No, she's not hoeing around, because if she is, she's hoeing around with a goddamn chameleon, because the child morphs as it gets older. It becomes a different race. They changed races of the same person, the same character.
Yeah, but the point is, it's still not going to happen that a black guy and a Chinese person are going to have a white kid. So maybe the Chinese lady had sex with a white guy.
Could be. He's a cuck.
Yeah, it could be. Frozen refers to the sperm that was unfrozen.
Good point.
It's just amazing that Disney is... people think corporate America is very conservative, but they're the first ones to be pushing this stuff. I remember I was in Times Square in New York, Pride Month. Rainbow flags everywhere. And I said, only corporate America can make sodomy and perversion look boring.
You son of a bitch.
Am I wrong, though?
You're a son of a bitch. Yeah, in a way, yeah.
How am I wrong?
No, you're right.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm saying no.
It's
when
just
you say, am I wrong? I'm like, no. You're definitely wrong. No, it's it's... Look, do you remember when they had that 11-year-old drag queen?
Oh, the Desmond is amazing. Yeah.
And they were making this big deal about it.
Yeah.
And he's going to drag clubs and dancing around. They put it in the news like it was what a great thing. What a great thing. He's living his truth. He's so brave. Like, imagine if there was a 12-year-old that was just sworn to be a hoe. Like, I am a hoe. I'm just going to wear fishnets and high heels, and I'm going to stick my ass out, and I'm going to dance and pout around with a lot of makeup on. How different is that?
Well, he's also on the spectrum, I think. I'm 99% sure. Mm-hmm. So, and there's photos of him with naked drag queens, Violet Chachki. And it's just like, look, this is something for... What if there's like a little boy who's being at Chippendales? You know what I mean? It's like, how is this appropriate for kids? And it's on Good Morning America.
It's different. Is there a bunch of ladies screaming and trying to get that dick?
Well, I mean, that would be the equivalent, right? Because he's performing at gay clubs and they're cheering him on. That's a place where guys go to hook up with guys.
Well, here's the question, too. Do you think guys have hooked up with him?
No.
You look good.
Oh, thank you.
You did. You look like you're well rested. Like the COVID lockdown has done you well.
Thank you. You know, during this thing, I came up with a program called the Dial It Back a Little Bit program. And it's like AA, except there's only 6 steps, but you don't get completely sober. So it's going to be very popular, I think. And the first step was, Ron, why don't you quit drinking so fucking much?
And what is so fucking much? Like, what's the numbers?
You know, it's a half a bottle of tequila a night or something like that, maybe a little more. Wound back to a third.
By the way, these little cigars are the shit. These are really good. Romeo and Julieta, tiny cigars.
Yeah, that's the mini cigarillo. So there's one that's a little bit bigger than that. That's called a cigarillo, and these are the minis. And I started, like I was saying, when I was playing golf, you know, I just, whenever it's time for me to hit, I just throw it away and light another one. You know, there's 20 of them for $15. So, you know, as opposed to a $15 cigar, which is what I usually smoke, something like that. And
but it's good tobacco.
Yeah, it's really good. It's the
like
same thing.
Cigar.
It's in their big old premium cigars, just rolled by the junior rollers. That's how they learn.
And you look like you're smoking a blunt.
But we're clearly not.
Clearly. And in Austin, what were you saying about the rules? It's like you could have as much as a quarter of a pound before they arrest you?
Yeah, at a
Something
quarter
crazy
of a
like that.
pound. Is that right? Yeah, and if you just say it's CBD, CDB, whatever nugs, then they would have to test it, and they don't want to test it. They got other things to do. So
They have CBD stores out here, folks. It's very strange. They have stores that sell CBD joints, but marijuana is illegal.
right. So I don't know. You know, my son is in that business. And it is confusing. And I think that's what helps. You know, is they got dizzy trying to figure it out. But I was going through LAX on the way out here a week early, and because we set this up for we were talking on Friday, and you said next Tuesday the 8th. Well, I don't even know what month it is, much less what day of the month it is, and so I just thought it's the next Tuesday coming up, which was only 3 days away, and I was a little mad at you, and I was like going, wow, it seems like you'd have given me more than 3 days' notice, and I got to find a way to get to L.A., and I'm looking at flights. There's nothing good. I'm thinking about bringing my plane down, which it turns out has a problem, so we couldn't bring it down, and then I get down here, and he's like, the 8th is a week from today, and I was like, God, I'm so stupid, man.
We made it work.
Yeah, we made it work. So they just plugged in the stuff a few days early, and here I am.
They made an Alex Honnold one. An Alex Honnold virtual. He's that climber from Free Solo, the guy who Free Solo climbs like.
Oh Jesus!
El Capitan.
Oh yeah,
like,
that's no joke.
Straight faces. Oh my God, we were just talking about him. I even discussing him lightly makes my hands sweat.
How
I don't know.
I don't understand how he conquers that. Is he suicidal?
No, not at all. No, he's not at all. He's just really good. He knows he can do it.
But there's chaos theory comes in at a certain point, right? Like if I'm fighting somebody a billion times, at one time I'm going to land that punch to take him out.
Yes, but in his look at that.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Different guy, but it's the same spot.
Okay.
That's the same spot. He just did it.
It's this
because they're going vertically upside. They're going horizontally upside down, right?
That is so crazy. The fact that someone even can do that blows my fucking mind. But the fact that someone can do that 2,000 feet above the ground is just insane. That is insane. So there's a route that you have to go through, and as you're going through that route, you got to continually chalk your hands and shove them into this crack and slowly make your way up. And he first ascended
can't even look
it.
at that.
I know. I'm so sweaty. He first ascended it with ropes, and he marks his path, and he makes his detailed analysis, and then he ascends it. I'm sure he ascends it with ropes without actually using the ropes, and knows that he can pull it off.
So there's a lot of work that goes into this.
Look, it doesn't fucking matter. Look at that fall! And he's got big-ass gorilla hands. He's like a thin, wiry guy with these meaty
like a tree
sausage hands.
That's what tree frogs have, right? They're small, and the hands are gigantic.
Yeah. Well, they're very muscular. I mean, he's fucking just climbing and pulling himself, and I'm sure he could do like fingertip push-ups.
Yeah.
Pull-ups rather.
And his back must be insane.
Insane, yeah. And he's light. You know, you have to stay light.
Well, that's the thing with the proportion, right? Because if you put on too much muscle mass, it's gonna be it's like this weird delicate dance that they got to do.
Yeah, the best climbers. Something I've been following recently because I got into these Alex Honnold videos, and then I didn't know bouldering was like what they call it. They call it bouldering.
Okay.
But the best guys that do this are these really almost anorexic looking guys that are just super shredded. Like there's no weight,
right?
Like no extra weight anywhere. And there's this gym. I forget where the gym was, some climbing gym where they're doing all these different exercises and chin-ups and planks and stuff while hanging off of two fingers. So they're doing two-finger chin-ups, and then they're doing two-finger chin-ups where they literally like hold and extend their legs in front of them and then pull themselves up and basically do like a muscle up with two fingers, like hanging on a rock face.
There's also some little Asian girl who does all this stuff. She's like 12, and she's like a spider monkey.
No!
What? No.
She's too young. Get her down.
Well, I don't know how old she is, 12, 14, but it's I mean, you see her climbing like this, and it's just amazing. I'm just glad I could do pull-ups now with good form.
Fuck. There's fucking people like that jolt of satisfaction when you get to the top of a mountain like that.
Oh my God.
What are you doing, sir? That's going to break off.
Oh my God.
That thing's barely hanging on. And this guy's like, I'm just going to climb it, bro.
Fuck.
Fuck that. Fuck everything about that.
This is just for Instagram too.
Jesus.
They just want to get that good
People are
profile.
and people are falling, man. You know, like a bunch of people fell in Yellowstone.
Did they?
No, Grand Canyon. A bunch of people fell in the Grand Canyon. Like an unusually high number lately. That is preposterous. The fact that this person can even do this. Is that a woman?
But I think it's kind of...
What?
It must be easier when it's
She's
narrow.
more man than me.
When you can do you use your legs that way,
That
right?
one's not above the ground very high.
Oh, okay.
Look, I don't give a fuck. Pretend it is. Pretend it is. I mean, if they can do that, I mean, how often do they fall? Fuck that thing. Fuck getting under that thing either, by the way. I'm not even going to camp under that thing. It's not long for this world. Look how much it sticks out. That's crazy. Get out of there, man.
Yeah, we've all seen enough Wile E. Coyote cartoons to know how this ends. So he's going to saw it, he's going to look down, and it's going to be the end of it.
What is that called?